Hi and welcome back to the I Hit Drums YouTube channel. Today we're going to be looking at flams. Now this is more of an intermediate lesson, but if you are a total beginner you can still give this a try. And for the beginners out there, if you go to my website ihitdrums.co.uk, you can get a free groove starter pack to help you get started on the drums. So flams, what is a flam? If you've heard the start of a song like Smells Like Teen Spirit, then when the drums kick in at the start, the snare drum hits, that is a flam. And the word itself kind of has the sound in it that we're going for. So if you say flam, the space you have between the f and the l, fl, you can kind of hear two distinct sounds there. Fl, flam.
Flam. Flam.
Within drum notation, a flam looks like this. Sometimes that little smile underneath it might also be removed, and it looks like this. So if you see that within music, you know that you have to do a flam. Now once we're at the kit, we're actually going to look at two different ways you can play the flam, and whether or not it matters which one you do. So let's head over and get started. In order to play flams correctly, the stick height is what's really important. Although we're going to have a quiet hit and a loud hit, it's not a case of hitting one softly and hitting one really hard, which is going to help you get that sound. It's actually the height of the stick which is going to play a big factor in getting the sound you want. So we're going to be looking at a right hand flam and a left hand flam, and in order to define the two, it really depends on which hand is higher up. So for right hand flam, it's the right hand that's going to be higher up and the left hand is just kind of hovering over the drum. And then for a left hand flam, it's going to be the other way around. So that note that we saw, the actual notation we saw of the flam, the larger note, like the main hit, is that higher hand. And if that was to fall on beat 1, you would want that main strike, the higher, louder strike, to land on the 1. The smaller kind of ghost note, if you like, hit, in this case the left hand, if you're doing a right hand flam, that is actually coming in slightly early. So for the right hand flam, rather than have the sticks at the same height, have the left hand just hovering over the drum, about 2 or 3 centimeters away from the drum, and actually hold the right hand stick higher up, maybe 30 centimeters over the drum, let's say, and then you're going to lift both of them at the same time and keep that same space between them. Lift them together and bring them down at the same speed, keeping the space in between the sticks. Bring them down together and you get the flam sound. If there's no space in between the sticks, you're going to come up together, come down. You're not really going to get that distance between the two hits. Now, a few things to watch out for. We're not looking for this sound, like ba-ba. So make sure your sticks don't land together, because they can actually cancel each other out in a way. You get a weird sound, and you also don't want them too far apart. That's not what we're after. It's not falam, it's flam. And notice how I'm lifting the sticks. They're keeping that spacing the whole time as you go up and down. And that's the right hand flam. So the left hand flam is the same thing but the other way around. So you're kind of swapping that spacing. The right hand is now lower and that's going to come in first. And then the left hand is higher up and that's the main strike. So set up your starting position, keep that space. You're going to come up, keeping that space between the sticks, and then come down. And you should have the same sound both ways. Now you will feel more comfortable one way as opposed to the other. For me, I prefer left hand flams. It just feels more comfortable. So one exercise you can do is just try do 4 right hand flams in a row. Or you could do 4 left hand flams in a row. And then once those two are feeling really comfortable, see if you can alternate between the two. So you're going to do a right, left, right, left. And that's going to help you develop control, switching between the types of flams. Now the big question, does it matter which flam you do? And the answer to that is sometimes. So if you have a sticking sequence, let's say something like, just right, left, right, left. Let's say that was going around the kit. Then that sticking sequence has quite defined hits. We're doing right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. So if the first hit in that sequence, the right hand hit, was going to be changed into a flam, you'd want to make that a right hand flam. So you get the right hand flam, and then the left hand follows it. Like so. If the second hit we were going to make into a flam instead of the first, then that would normally be a left hand strike. So you want to make that a left hand flam. So you're going to get right, like that. So if you have a kind of a roll sticking pattern, a very defined sticking pattern between the hands, hand to hand kind of situation, then yes, the kind of flam that you're going to play does matter. Because you want to try and maintain the sticking sequence that was originally there, only you're adding the flam to that. You don't want to throw a flam in and completely change the whole sequence, because then you're going to end up getting in a muddle as you move around the kit. But if you're going between the hand and the foot from hit to hit, something like this, that kind of thing, then it doesn't really matter which flam you do, because there's no sticking sequence that you're following anyway. So you could do right hand flams, or you could do left hand flams. And it sounds the same either way, and you're not going to kind of distort any kind of sticking sequence that you've got going there. An exercise in my book, Intermediate 1, this is from exercise 1.7, which is when we first start putting flams around the kit. In the first example, we've got a fill that's going right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Now in the exercise, it's got a mid-tom, so it's going snare, snare, high, high, mid, mid, floor, floor. I'm going to play the mid-tom hits on the snare drum, because I've not got a mid-tom here. But it's actually beats 1 and 3 where we're adding the flam. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So beats 1 and 3, we're adding that flam. And that's going to sound like this. So you might have noticed I did right hand flams for both of those flam hits, because on beats 1 and 3, you'd normally be playing a right hand strike. So that's going to be a right hand flam. If you're unsure about anything I just went through there, just go back through the video, go over the right hand setup again and the left hand setup again, and give those a try. So that's flams. And playing a single flam isn't terribly difficult. What is tricky is getting that sound consistent, especially when you move between the right hand flam and the left hand flam. So that's something you really want to work on. So spend some time working on actually developing consistency in the volumes of each of those stick strikes. If you'd like to take flams a bit further, in the beginning of my new book Intermediate 1, there's a song and a chapter dedicated entirely to flams. The song is called The Flamming Licks, and you've actually been hearing it throughout this video. If you want to give that song a try, you can find my book on my website, ihitdrums.co.uk, and it's available as a paperback or an ebook. And like I said at the start of the video, if you're just getting started with drumming, you can also get access to a free groove starter pack on my website. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in more of this kind of thing. I'm also adding videos to do with live performance, drum recording, theory, and other drum lessons. I'll also be adding some videos which contains tips for teachers. So if you are a drum teacher and you specialize in teaching beginners and intermediate drummers, you might like this channel as well. If you've any questions or comments, please leave those below. But until next time, enjoy.